words to describe them, I would say artistic,
smart,
intelligent,
creative,
bold, talented, and loving,
beautiful,
and caring.
funny,
kind,
shy,
fiercely independent.
Talofa lava o Asi Taouma Levy e se fululua o tausanga ma wa'u o se tangata non-binary. Growing up, Growing up, I was the normal, quiet girl who didn't really talk or communicate that much. I was very closed off to the world. My parents saw that, noticed that, and tried their best to encourage me to do other things, be more active and more social. That didn't really work out.
Asi had become more reclusive, more internalized, and much more less social at school and social with friends.
I didn't really act like the stereotypical girl, and I used to always think that maybe I was a boy, but then I realized that not really. I was watching videos on YouTube, and there was this one video that was explaining what non-binary was, and I just remember crying, and I can't really explain it. I was really scared. My parents always supported me, and I knew I could go to them for help, but I never felt comfortable with going to them since they're much older and probably wouldn't understand.
When I was growing up, the terms tomboy and other gender identification was a lot simpler, and there wasn't that much education around our communities in those days.
I don't think they understood or knew what non-binary was before I came out, so it was difficult to just communicate and talk to them about who I was and my gender. So it was easier to use a game to talk and communicate with my family.
We were playing Kahoot the other night, and Asi had created this Kahoot, which was a quiz game, and she came up with all the questions. So we thought it was just another general knowledge quiz, which started off as general knowledge until about the fifth question.
I asked if they would support me if I came out as non-binary.
I thought it was kind of strange, but okay, we'll carry on with the questions. And then the following questions got even more personal, and Asi started crying, and then we all started crying.
There were a lot of happy times and crying.
And I just told her that no matter what she decides to do, we all love her and always support her in whatever she does.
I was actually really proud of her for getting the courage to express herself in her own way.
It was just a really beautiful moment to celebrate Asi and their truth and come together and wrap them with love and support. And I think, love was the winner at the end of the day.
I felt it was the best time to just get out with it rather than hide it for a long time. Originally, I didn't plan to come out this early. I was planning to come out when I was 17, maybe, which is a long time from now, but I got impatient, I guess. I never really liked my name because of how feminine it sounded, and to me, it didn't really represent who I was.
Well, everyone started, as we said, we're a competitive game people. We started to, everyone throw their choices of names around, and there was AJ,
AJ would have been Anna Jr., which was my old name.
It was Ace.
Ace, it just sounded cool.
I think Nico had some very funny ones, which I won't repeat.
My name, Asi, each letter represents different ancestors. Anna Sarona Italia. It's a bit confusing, but I like the name. My best friends, Mali and Danica, they hang out with me a lot and do whatever they can to show me their love.
I think it's important to protect Aussies because I think that Aussie has a really bright future. And anything that puts that in jeopardy would just generally go to waste.
Mali, he definitely does protect me a lot. I've witnessed him like telling people about my pronouns and stuff, and it always makes me happy. I did a school report thing on the LGBTQ plus community, and through that I found out that Samoa doesn't really accept the third gender people, and I was really sad. I haven't told my class. I've told my teachers, and I told them during lockdown, the most recent lockdown, in an email. They use my proper pronouns and my preferred name, and they don't let my gender bother them. I'm going to high school next year. Because I'm going to an all-girls school, I find it a little uneasy, kinda, but when I applied for it, they had options of gender, and there was transgender and everything, and I felt more comfortable seeing those options. I'm heavily inspired by anime and the art style of any Japanese artist, to be honest. So most of my art on my wall is either anime related or a character I made up myself. I think it's a big part of my identity because of my gender, and having it around me makes me feel more comfortable. I would like to be anything to do with my art. So a tattoo artist, maybe a comic artist, a painter as well. I grew up surrounded by the Fina Fatale group, and that definitely encouraged me to come out and accept who I was as a person.
Round one, fight!
They're probably the only Pacific LGBTQ plus community in Auckland that I know about, who are performers as well. And I thought they were amazing to be that cool. I just really want to see a lot more of people who are part of the Pacific and also LGBTQ plus perform or do anything really. Growing up in Auckland, I don't think my gender identity really changed who I was to other people. Auckland is pretty supportive and open-minded on the LGBTQ plus community.
Us as parents are aware about the fear of them being targeted or being hated at, or, you know, worse, with homophobia and everything else that we have in the world. But as long as they know that they have a safe and loving home that they can always come to, and they have us as a family, always here to support them, that's the most important thing.
Probably because I was brought up in a family that showed me to be brave and independent, that it was more easier for me to find out who I was. So there are a lot of people out there who don't really understand who they are until they're like in their 20s. And I think it's just really great that I found out who I was at a young age, so it's easier for me to grow up as who I am and get more comfortable.
I know. Are you involved in that?
At the end of the day, when you're a parent, you just want to make sure that your child is safe, that they're happy and that they're loved and they live a full life in who they are.
Asi has changed. Yeah. They've not been getting more cranky when, they came out as they, them. I think they got more active. They got more social.
Okay. What was that, Miley?
To me, Asi has changed, more like talkative and friendlier than before.
Being non-binary means being myself more and accepting who I am rather than just hiding behind who I was born as.
Yeah, I think she's more herself and she feels more comfortable.
It's made me love her even more.
They try their best to use my proper pronouns and what I do. There are some times where they forget, but they always apologize, and it's really nice.
We as a family are learning a lot and going on this journey with Asi, but Asi's actually leading us through this journey, and it's a wonderful experience. And in fact, it's brought our family, I think, closer together.
Because the world is surrounded with just the gender of a female and male. Being non-binary and out of the usual, it feels a little different and uncomfortable sometimes. But when you learn to get used to it, it's really fun and nice.